Hey guys, we're here at Lake del Valle this morning and it's a new fishing spot for us. We're gonna see if we'll catch some trout and some catfish. So as you can see right here we have Scott. He's already using a spinning lure, trying to see if he can actually entice the trout to take his lure, and hopefully we'll have a catch today. Anyway, we'll show you certain things. I'll try some bluegill fishing so we can use that as a live line fishing for catfish. Okay, I'll go ahead and set up some trout rig right now. Stay tuned. Okay guys, part of fishing is knowing your terrain and having a pretty good understanding on the landscape and possibly where the fish may be. In this area we're here at, it looks like a shallow area. Okay, judging from the color of the actual lake itself. Okay, if it's really deep, it should be darker. But if you look at the landscape or where we're at here, it's pretty, the grade is pretty shallow. Okay, so likelihood the grade down that direction is pretty shallow as well. So that doesn't mean there isn't fish, you know, a good ways out. So the best thing to do is, instead of going with long leaders, is to go with short leaders. I'm gonna go ahead and try a 24-inch leader. Remember, I taught you how to manage your leaders by putting them on CD envelopes just like this, and I've labeled this one 24 inches. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a try to see if they're actually closer to the bottom, and likelihood they are. So we'll go ahead and give that a try. We're gonna use power bait. Okay guys, I've just completed setting up my bottom rig for trout, and I've also set up my rod holder down by the shore right there. And the power bait that I chose, okay, is a combination of chartreuse, orange, and pumpkin green. I made that. Look at my videos as to how to make the power bait rig so it actually looks like a small fish. So just to review, setup for trout, for bottom fishing is you've got your weight, you've got your bead, and then you've got your snap swivel. So I pre-make all my leaders with Berkeley Vanish. There's an overhand loop. This one is about 24 inches, and there is a number 10 mosquito hook that's buried inside this bait. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, it's pretty shallow out here. Okay, so I'm gonna try and cast out as far as I can. So as a reminder, with respect to casting, try to cast out as far as you can. You need to give at least 12 to about 18 inches to give you that loading of your rod before you cast. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that. Oh, one more thing, make sure you wet your bait, okay, so that it doesn't come off after the cast. All right, let's see what happens. So as you can see, there's my rod. I've got the bobber set for a short strike. That's about maybe a hand distance away from that guide, so that when the bobber goes up, essentially take that rod. The first thing that you do is you pick up the rod, you reel it in 2 cranks, and then you set it, okay, when you have a strike. So we'll give it a few minutes, and remember, keep changing your bait every 15. When power bait gets soaked in the water, it gets soft and it falls off. So it's also good for you to check that and make sure that the bait is still there. You don't want to be waiting 15-20 minutes and you don't actually have any bait on. So go ahead and check it every 15 minutes. Stay tuned. Okay, go ahead, Scott. Okay. Cast away.
Casting.
Very good. So you can see the water is really still. So this is one of those situations where bottom fishing may not be successful, although we can certainly try and see if it works. Stay tuned. Okay guys, it's about 10 minutes now on the bait soaking for trout, and we haven't gotten any bite yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and rig up my GX2 for catfish, and I'm gonna set it up for bottom fishing. And as you may have seen in my videos, again, it's the same setup as trout. You've got your bottom rig, slip sinker rig, you got your weight here. I've got the rattle, the bead, and the snap swivel. I'm gonna go ahead and put a leader on it and set up bait, and we'll cast that out. Okay guys, I just got done rigging for catfish, and this is one of those things that I have to repeat to you guys, that you need to make sure that you retie your snap swivel before you do any type of fishing, day of or the night before. Anyway, you need to inspect all your gear, and what has happened was the snap swivel itself, the latch wouldn't engage, so regardless of what I do to secure it, it won't come off. And if I'm fishing for catfish, that is one big no-no, because if that comes off, this loop comes off and off your catfish goes. This is the leader that I use for catfish. It's no more than 12 inches long. It's made of 25-pound test DuraBlend casking monofilament, so you know the catfish's mouth is really sharp and teeth really is really sharp, so it shouldn't be able to break through that. I have a 7/0 hook here, and I'm actually using Vienna sausage for my bait, and I've gotten a little bag that actually made it so it can chum in their mouth. The catfish likes to, you know, taste it in the mouth before they commit. And this is a Gamakatsu 7/0 circle offset hook. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast it out that direction, and then we'll change the trout bait and see what we'll get. That's usually what you do. You know, when you go fishing, try to fish for, you know, multiple species, and hope to get one. When catfishing, I don't use the bobber technique because I want that circle hook to actually catch the catfish, and by the time that bobber goes up, the catfish is gone. It's not a good thing, right? The hook will not set. So I use, when I'm catfishing, I use these bells. Okay, you strap it down on my 9-foot rod, about 2/3 up. Okay, you can just go ahead and clip it on, okay? And when the catfish hits, you can definitely hear the bell go like this. Whereas you could work for trout as well, but by the time you hear it, the trout is gone. You need to be able to see that bobber go up and set it. Anyway, for catfish, let the circle hook and the rod's snap back of the tip actually set the hook for the catfish. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and put it on. So I also have a bait feeder reel on that GX2, and again, you need to check and make sure that there's enough rear drag on that. It doesn't have to be completely tight, but it's good that you have some tension to allow the fish to pull, because catfish are stronger than trout. So catfish will try and pull that, and the rod tip will actually hook set them, and you have to have a rear drag set so the catfish doesn't take your rod, your reel, and everything else down into the water. So it's really nice to have a bait feeder reel, and that's one of the advantage of it. It's time to change that trout bait. We didn't get anything, about 15-20 minutes, so we'll try a different color. Hi guys, so it didn't pan out where we were. We went ahead and pulled up our lines, and we decided to move to the shady part of the lake. So hopefully we will see if we get better response on this side. So got my trout line and my catfish line over there, and Scott's got his trout line as well. So hopefully we'll get something. And again, every 15 minutes, change your bait. We'll see. Stay tuned. Okay guys, we have fish on. Maybe this is the one and done shot. There it is.
Oh. Oh, it's running.
Yep, it's running. Sometimes you just have to finesse it. Don't force it in. Let it tire out a bit. And there it is.
Good sized.
You can see this is a perfect lip hook. I got it at the nick of time. See it? Yes. There you go. You have a pretty nice trout. Really? Okay guys, so I hope that you caught that one. I had a very short strike on the bobber. It went up once. I waited for it a little bit, and then it went up again, and that's when I went ahead and cranked it a couple times, and then I went ahead and set it. And after I set it, there was fish on. It struck on the green pumpkin and orange combination that I made it look like a minnow. I was able to get a very far cast on that particular one, and again, it wasn't very long after I actually changed my bait. I recasted, not even 5 minutes. Actually, we had to threaten the fish because we said that we were about ready to go, and there he was. And it never fails. It happens like that. When you say you have to leave, and they went ahead and take it, but that's bollocks, right? That's a hullabaloo. But the reality is, either they take it on the drop 5 minutes after, it settles, they see the movement of that bait, and they'll take it. If they like the color, they'll take it. So the water is a bit murky. My leader length is about 24 inches, and I had a very far cast on that particular catch. So cool. I put the same bait again, and we'll see if we'll get another one, or maybe it's just one and done. Use my one and done string, and hopefully we'll get another one. Stay tuned. Okay, we have something under my line now. Is it recording?
I think so.
Okay. Yep, there it is. Just a little guy.
How little are we talking? Oh! Not so little. Not so little.
There you go. Oh my. Oh my. Whoa. This guy really wants to go. Alright. So here's another guy. Same bait. It was the green pumpkin and orange. And my bobber barely went up. And went up twice, and then it just kept on going down, 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 and the fish was just swimming in. So when that happens, just keep on reeling and then make sure you set it. And this is what I got. Pretty cool, huh? That's fish number 2. It's turning out to be a good day. Okay guys, that was fish number 2. And again, I used the same setup. I haven't changed anything yet. I'm gonna make sure I check my snap swivel, my leader, my hook, make sure that everything is still good before I set up the same bait. Cast it as far as I can. Watch that bobber, because that particular time it went up and then it kept on going down, 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 down. So what was happening was the fish was swimming towards me. Sometimes when that happens, you just need to, quickly pull it, get the slack off the way, then set it. Right, and then just keep on reeling it in and make sure that there's fish there. If there's fish there, great. Otherwise, if it's not, just go ahead and rebait and recast. So that's fish number 2, and it's turning out to be a great day. Okay guys, I just finished my rig again. It's good that I checked the snap swivel end right here. I had to retie that because it was all frailed. I don't think it was going to last another cast. And then similarly, I had to check my hook. My hook was bent, so I straightened that out. Hopefully it'll last another. But this is how I've been setting up my bait, and when it goes down, it kind of looks like a fish. We're gonna go ahead and cast this out, and let's see if we catch another one. Alright guys, we're gonna call it a day. We gotta go. Caught 2 total, and it's like Top Gun. You've got the main plane and you've got the wingman. So I guess the 2 that I caught were, who was it? Goose and Maverick? Yeah, that's it. That's what I did. Anyway, so it was a good day, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And till next time, go catch some fish.